Hey, what is up, everybody? Hope everyone's having a great Monday out there. Welcome to the Monday live stream out here on Swan Mountain today. Those mountains you see behind me is actually Breckenridge. I'm kind of halfway in between Breckenridge and Keystone right now. That lake behind me is Lake Dillon. Really nice spot. There's a nice trail that kind of goes around the mountain right here. So I figured it's a nice day. It's like 60 degrees out here in Summit County. I'd post up here for the live stream today. So if you guys have any questions related to snowboarding, snowboard gear, anything like that, go ahead and start dropping those comments. Gonna try to get to as many questions as I can here today. And yeah, it's also a super chat. So if you have any really important questions, you can do a super chat. Donate to the channel is a great way to help support the channel, and it highlights your question to make sure that it gets answered. So yeah, it's been a pretty good week out here, kind of winding down out here in Colorado. We still got Arapahoe Basin open for a little while longer, but it is just getting crazy slushy out there. It should be fun. There's going to be like a pond skim that just kind of naturally shows up. It'll be there pretty soon, so definitely going to close out the season up there. They're planning on closing June 3rd, so should be a good way to wrap up the season. Super stoked to be heading out to Oregon this weekend. If you guys don't know, going to be meeting up with Kevin. So next Monday, the next time you see me live on the channel, I'll actually be out in government camp with Kevin and the In Motion SLB guys. So super excited to get out there and snowboard at Mount Hood. There was actually a really cool contest out there this past weekend called Holy Bowly. You guys may have heard of it. Basically just like really cool kind of skate style, bowl style transitions all carved out of snow, and it's like massive. So they opened it to the public. I think it's still open today, all nice and shaped up, but really hoping to find some leftovers out there. But either way, we're gonna get 7 days on snow. I'm bringing a few boards with me for reviews, and just really excited to get out there and snowboard some new terrain. And I think they still have really good coverage out there, so it should be a lot of fun. Awesome, guys. Thanks for being here. I see some questions and comments coming through already. If you guys also want to let us know where in the world you're joining us from, it's awesome to kind of hear where you guys are at right now. Man, this is I might have to show you guys around at some point here. It's a really cool spot. There's all kinds of like chipmunks and weird birds and stuff right around here. It's a really awesome spot. Super like rocky cliffs as well. You guys can give you guys a little view of kind of where I'm at. But yeah, I am gonna go ahead and scroll up and start getting to some questions here. I do have a couple more videos coming to the channel this week before we go out to Oregon. Kevin's been crushing it. Hope you guys been watching all the videos he's been putting out this week. It's been cool to see him snowboarding with David Jones a bunch. And yeah, I hope you guys saw that union binding comparison as well. I worked pretty hard on that one. Bruh Sweet made it. What's up, man? Oscar Lodge. Cannonball 180. What's up, man? Thanks for hopping on, guys. So Ian Cassisi is asking about the best all-mountain wide boards that are built wide. So I mean, the first board that comes to mind is the Ride War Pig. Next year they're coming out with a few different versions of it, but yeah, it's just naturally super wide. The directional version, and even I think the Twin Pig, obviously I haven't ridden it yet, but I think both of those are going to be really solid choices if you're looking for something wide and all mountain focused as well. Bruh Sweet, kind of right below you, is asking about volume shifted boards as well. Something I've been actually thinking about a good bit lately. I might do a video on it here pretty soon after I get the website all updated. But yeah, some of my favorites are the Ride War Pig, obviously just mentioned. The K2 Party Platter I think is a lot of fun, as well as the K287 if you're looking for something a little bit more free ride oriented. I've been riding the Capita Slush Lasher lately. It's been a lot of fun as well. It's pretty wide, that helps a lot in the slush when you're sinking into the snow. Kind of helps to keep your toes from catching and keeps you cruising through that soft slushy stuff. But yeah, those are some good boards to check out, and I think that we'll have some follow-up content on that coming out sometime, going into a little more detail. Maro Gorno asking about the Crab Grab lunch mitt. I'm not maybe Did you mean the punch mitt? I'm not familiar with the lunch mitt, but I actually had the punch mitt this past season. It's a good glove, not too warm, but it does have some good warmth to it. I am going to go for a different glove next year, though, because on that particular one, the punch mitt, I don't think this happens on all their gloves, but the liner on the palm kind of rubbed off pretty quickly, and then it started getting really soaked. So I ended up having to change gloves pretty quickly into the season. I think they lasted me like a couple months. Joe Fornari, what's up, man? Asking if I'm going to be in Whistler anytime soon. Not too soon, man. I definitely will be up there next winter, but for now I'm out in Colorado, and I'll be out here all summer. So just doing those couple of trips to Oregon, and other than that, I'll be out in Colorado all summer. I think I saw a super chat come through here. CJ Heaney, thanks for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. And he's asking if we'd ever come to Wisconsin. Maybe, I don't know. I really have no idea what kind of snowboarding is nearby around there. Do you guys have, what kind of hills do you have around where you live in Wisconsin, man? All right, just scrolling back up here. Wafa asking what got me into snowboarding. Oh, that's a fun question. So really it was family friends. They first got me into skateboarding, kind of learned the basics, kind of riding around skateboards with them, just kind of street skating. We didn't have a skate park in my hometown where I grew up. And then those same friends ended up taking me snowboarding for the first time. So the first few years I was only going a few times a year, but yeah, I just fell in love with it right away and just kept with it, and that's kind of how I got into it. Long story short, some good friends. Oh man, thanks for all the comments, guys. Cannonball 180, what is your favorite resort in Colorado? This season it was probably Keystone. What's up, Liam James? Rob Gams, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm going to be heading to Mount Hood, so flying into Seattle to meet up with Kevin, and then we'll be driving down the rest of the way to Hood with him. It was like half the cost of flying to Seattle, so that's why I did that. Steerborn from Sweden, what's up, man? Alan from the UK, how's it going, dude? Ian Cassisi from the Czech Republic. Good to see you, man. Christine McCurley, how's it going? Hope you're doing well, Christine. Still getting some shreds in at the basin, maybe? Ooh, Rekha 97. Is Dragon's Luma lens so much better than the old lens? Yes, honestly, I think that new color optimization technology that you're seeing in a lot of the goggles nowadays, you know, like Oakley Prism, Dragon Luma Lens, Smith Chroma Pop, all that stuff, definitely makes a big difference. I think it's totally worth it. Really, the biggest benefits is going to be increasing the contrast, helping you see the contours in the snow better. And in my opinion, they also kind of up the saturation, which is pretty cool. So I like to kind of think of it like if you look at a video that you take with your GoPro before and after color correction, that's kind of like what the lens does in real life. It's pretty cool. So I definitely would say it's worth it. Just had a chipmunk crawl on my lap. That was cool. If that happens again, I'll try to get one on camera for you guys. But yeah, Dragon Luma lens is pretty rad. And the cool thing is, you know, pretty much from here on out, they're going to put that on all their lenses at no additional cost and on the bonus lens. So that's a big perk that you get with Dragon. What's up, Morningstar? How's it going, man? Christine says she's chilling out in the Springs. Just got back from Mexico. That's what's up. Surf trip? What were you doing down there? Alice Cross from Virginia. How's it going, Alice? Oh, guys, if I might be able to pick one of these guys up. They're literally like crawling on my lap right now. CJ Explored, what's up, man? Good to see ya. Oh, Razor Blazer 18 just finished his summer setup and is wondering what tricks to start practicing on rails. Awesome, man. What'd you build for your summer setup? Did you do like an AstroTurf ramp to a rail, or do you just have like a rollerboard? What you got going on? I would just practice all the tricks you can, you know, start with the basics, board slides, front boards, and then, you know, work up from there, front lips, back lips, 180s, all that type of stuff. You know, take it as far as you can go. Wilburley from Marysville, Washington. What's up, man? These guys are so distracting. I don't have any food on me, so. Oscar Lodge from London. What's up, man? Casey Cook, how's it going, dude? Sista JJ, what's up, Jess? Dodie 4444 asking about the Marhar Regent. I actually haven't had the chance to hop on any Marhars yet, so definitely hoping to get on some of their boards at some point, hopefully next season, but as of right now, I've never been on any of their boards. Rob Taylor from Ontario, what's up, man? Ooh, CJ asking for the inside scoop on A-Basin closing. Well, right now it's still being called for June 3rd, but since we got all these storms in May, I think there's a pretty good chance if they can, they'll stay open one more full week. If not, hopefully we'll get at least one more weekend out of them. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'll let you know if I hear anything from my roommate. He works there. Housemate. Tajay Vestley, have you ever ridden any niche snowboards? I'm really interested in the niche new. I have ridden some niche boards before, but I've never ridden the new, unfortunately. I think it was a couple of years ago, and yeah, they're solid, but I haven't ridden them in a while. Alice saying she found an indoor snow treadmill place to practice over the summer. Thoughts? Yeah, there's a place like that in Denver as well. Honestly, I mean, I think it could help you learn, you know, more of the fundamentals of like turning and stopping and things like that. But honestly, the snow treadmill places aren't gonna take you too far past that, because since it is artificial snow turf, you can't really get a solid edge. You're not really carving. It's kind of more like as if you were snowboarding on ice. So if you want to work on that type of stuff and you're still kind of getting that down, then it could be a good idea. But if you're trying to do things other than that, maybe it might not be worth it. Christine asking what 14ers I'm planning on hiking this summer. I haven't really planned any specific ones out. I kind of want to do Elbert again, just because it kind of like schooled me last year. I want to do it without my knees hurting for 2 weeks after. So maybe at the end of the summer, if everything goes well, I'll do Elbert. I want to do some of the classic ones close to Denver. I don't know. I'll have to do some more research. I definitely would like to do one that is like a camping trip and at least like a 2-day kind of deal as well. So I don't know, we'll see, but there's definitely going to be a few of those going down this summer for sure. All right, Rob Taylor. Sorry if this wind is bad, guys. I got the mic on today, so hopefully it's not too bad, but definitely just picked up a little bit. And Rob Taylor asking if the Evil Twin's going to remain in the quiver, and what other boards do you want for next year? Yeah, so I'm pretty set on getting another Evil Twin next year. I think that's gonna stay in the quiver as kind of my do-it-all kind of daily driver. And honestly, it's surprising to me even that I'm gonna go for this board, but I think I may be going for the Burton Deep Thinker next year as well. But yeah, really the only one I for sure have my eye set on is the Evil Twin. Awesome, guys. Thanks for all the questions here. Untangible, longtime viewer. Came back from Mammoth with my fiance, and she's been having a pain around her ankles and shins. You think it's her boots or bindings? Could be. You know, I think ankle pain, I mean, could come from a lot of things. You know, maybe something happened while she was riding, I'm not sure. Shin pain could be, sounds like maybe the upper zone of the boot was a little loose and she was kind of having her shins kind of hit the front of the boot every time she was making a turn. You know, in skiing it's called shin bang. Typically it's not really an issue in snowboarding, but that could be a thing. But yeah, without being able to see the setup, it's kind of hard to say, man. Oh, here's a fun question. So Steve Woods, why is an aggressive board aggressive and are they suited for intermediate riders? So basically when you hear people talking about an aggressive snowboard, the main thing they're talking about is going to be a stiff flex and like a very kind of lively feel. So like a board that has a lot of energy in it. So, you know, say, you know, you make a turn, you throw a lot of weight into the tail and then that tail pushes back because it's holding that energy really well. So more often than not, you know, the more camber, more stiffer flexing snowboards are going to have that feeling more so than like softer boards or rockered snowboards. So that's kind of what we're talking about. And I definitely think that that could be a good option for an intermediate rider. You know, if you're already on blues, feeling comfortable with speed, linking turns, you know, have full control to get around. If that was the direction you wanted to take your riding, I think you could go for a more aggressive option. But yeah, if you're looking, you know, for like a lot of park stuff, that's probably not going to be the best. Those really aggressive boards are more better suited for like steeper technical lines, high speed riding, carving, big jumps, all that kind of stuff. So hope that helps you out, man. Thanks for the question. Let me see if I can find my spot again. Awesome. Lasse Rothoff, have you ever ridden a split board? If yes, how is it? Greetings from Germany. Yeah, if you actually look on the channel, there's a video called the Volley Universal Binding Review. I think it's something along those lines. But yeah, I'm split boarding out in that video out on Berthoud Pass here in Colorado. It's a lot of fun, something I would definitely like to get into more. Didn't really do any of it this season. I think I'm gonna get out in the spring, kind of corn snow a little bit with some friends. But yeah, it's really cool if that's something you want to get into, but it takes a lot. It's like an upfront investment on knowledge and gear. So yeah, researched if you're into it. We got Chris Ayers on the live stream. What's up, Chris? Hope you're doing good, man. Been enjoying all the videos, man. That last Instagram seemed like your knee is starting to get some real strength back, dude. It's awesome to see. No, I don't have anything in my pockets. Base Gameplays 101 is backflip on a snowboard easy if you know how to do one on the ground mattress / trampoline. It's going to be pretty much the same thing, except, you know, you're traveling a longer distance and there's higher potential to get hurt just because you have more momentum and stuff. So it's going to be scary the first time no matter what, but I think if you have those fundamentals down, then and that's something you really want to do, find a nice kind of small, low consequence zone to try to throw it and go for it. Phineas just finished the last week of his season in Dubai. That's what's up. Andy met Anna Gasser. That's awesome. She's one of my favorite women snowboard athletes. She's just crushing it right now. Like, she's one of those women riders that, you know, when she's out there shredding, you literally can't tell the difference between her and a guy. Like, she's got the style. She's going big. She's rad. What's up, Nirav? Good to see you on here, man. Shred 1904. GZR 11, should I skimp on bindings if I'm trying to save money? Yeah, I would say that, you know, don't skimp on boots. Definitely get a proper fitting boot that kind of suits your needs. And bindings are probably the biggest spot to save. So if you're looking for a budget binding, my go-to choice is the Union Flight Pro. Brand new MSRP. They're 150 bucks, and they're on sale for a good bit less than that right now if you can still find them in your size. So yeah, check out the Flight Pro if you're looking for a good budget binding. All right, guys. Ramon Nunez asking what powder board I'm going to get for next season. So potentially I might be using that Burton Deep Thinker as my powder kind of freeride board if I end up getting it. Otherwise, if I get something like true powder specific, I kind of want to get one of those funky spring break shapes. I really liked the catamaran that I was on in Japan, or the Jones Mind Expander is one of my favorites as well. Yeah, and the Terrapin would be sick too, but I still haven't ridden it, so I don't know if I would commit to that one straight away, but we'll see. Lasse Rothoff, do you wakeboard during the summer? I try to if I have any opportunity to get out on a boat. I definitely like to get out on the water and have some fun out there. I didn't wakeboard any last summer, but I got to try wake surfing a couple of times, which is really cool, which is basically, you know, just what it sounds like. It's wakeboarding, but without bindings. You're just kind of surfing the wave. You start off on a rope and then throw it back to the boat, and you're just kind of surfing the wake of the boat. It's really cool. So I'm really hoping to do more of that this summer, but we'll see. I think I'm mainly going to be doing a bunch of hiking, and then we'll have a few summer snowboarding trips and maybe 1 or 2 wake surf sessions. We'll see. Jatron, what's your favorite snowboarding glove? I don't know that I have a favorite glove. In the summer, I really like the POW Park mitts. I just got some new Oakley gloves that were like, they're going for $30 right now. Normally they're $75. So I just scooped those, but I haven't really decided a favorite yet. I really want to try this Japanese company called Oyuki, and try out their gloves next year. So yeah, if I end up trying those, I'll definitely let you guys know how they are. And I think some super chats have been coming in here. I'm sorry, guys, for I did not see those notifications. Let's see what we got. So Alice Cross with a $2 super chat. Thanks, Alice. Appreciate it. And Rugisis1, looking at the Union Ultra Forged Carbon, but don't know what those base plate and high back stiffness numbers mean. Any idea what's good for what? So I haven't looked up that binding in particular, so I'm not sure what the specs on it are. I know for the Atlas, the base plate is a 7 and the high back is a 6. And I feel like that's pretty true. You know, definitely like stiffer side of medium, nice and responsive. Check out the Union comparison video if you haven't yet. I talk about that a little bit more, you know, versus the force and the contact. So that might help you out. But yeah, that could be maybe a good reference point for you, man. I would imagine that the forged carbon bindings are a good bit stiffer, so they're probably not very tweakable, but super responsive and super supportive. You know, probably going to be really good for like high speed stuff, like technical steep lines. You know, that type of riding where you really need that support and response. But another thing is a stiff binding like that's also going to kind of make you have to be a little bit more on point with your snowboarding. You know, that board's going to move much more efficiently than on a softer binding. So yeah, just pay attention down there. But hope that helps you out, man. Thank you for the super chat. And then we got one more here from Barry. Hey TJ, greetings from Ireland. Sick. Only get to go a week or 2 every season. Any tips for getting back up to speed quicker at the season start? Cheers. Yeah, I totally get that, man. I feel like there definitely are some things you can do pretty much no matter what. That first kind of few days back, you're going to be getting winded a little bit faster, just feeling a little bit out of shape. But I think the biggest thing that can help you, if you're only snowboarding for a week or two and you want to try to, make the most out of your trip, is like cardio and endurance. Because that's the thing that I run into the most at the beginning of the season, is just getting fatigued really quickly. So if you can like do a lot of like bigger hikes or start running or something and just kind of get that cardio endurance up so you can get that full 4, 5, 6, 7 hour day of snowboarding every day on your trip, that's what I would do. I think that's probably going to be a lot more beneficial than trying to like go to the gym and strengthen certain muscle groups or something like that. Also, anything that can help your balance. Like my personal favorite thing is that ultimate DIY trainer, snowboard trainer. There's a video on the channel just made out of an old skateboard deck. So if you have one of those laying around, that would be something to check out as well. Thanks, Barry. All right, back to the regular questions here. Thank you guys for the super chats. Let me scroll back up here. Hyper Gameplay saying he has leg pain whenever I ride. Is that a problem? I mean, it depends. Like, is it just like leg fatigue and you're pushing through it so then your leg starts to hurt, or is it more like something related to your gear, or like a serious issue, like maybe your binding angles or stance width or something isn't adjusted properly? But yeah, you shouldn't have really any leg pain other than maybe your muscles getting tired. Neria Jimeno, hi from Spain. Any tips to start freestyle? Thanks for your videos. Thanks for the question. Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of videos on the channel that kind of help out with getting started in freestyle. So check out the trick tip playlist and the beginner snowboard playlist. But you really want to start outside of the park, start hitting side hits, rollers, little bumps in the snow, anything that you can do to kind of get familiar with, getting the snowboard off the ground, learning 180s and things like that. And then when you start going into the terrain park, you'll be a little bit more comfortable for like going over the lips onto the boxes or jumps or anything like that. So that's what I would do. Just quick answer for you, but definitely check out those playlists. I think there's going to be a lot of good info in there for you. And I saw some more super chats come through here. Thank you guys. All right, we got Fashion Victim with the super chat. Thanks, dude. Hey TJ, I'm looking at buying one of the sandbox helmets. Awesome. If I take the, sorry guys. If I take the padding out, would it be sensible to use for skateboarding as well? Yeah, I think so. I use mine for skateboarding. It's definitely not going to be as vented and breathable as a true skate helmet, but they're pretty lightweight, and they can definitely be used either way. Like I said, I use mine for skating too. So yeah, I would go for it, man. I actually, you might not even need to take the padding out, but I actually do take all the padding out of mine and just rock a beanie under the helmet. So I would go for it. Yeah, sandbox is my go-to. All right, Craig Funder, thanks for the super chat. What percentage of your day are you riding flat base, and when is it good and not good to ride flat? I'm learning on a Burton custom camber, scary and edgy. Yeah, honestly, I would say not much. Maybe 5 to 10% of the day at the most. It's kind of hard to think of it percentage-wise, but really the only time that you should be really truly flat base is when you're transitioning from your heel to your toe edge. Obviously you have to go flat to get to the other edge, but when you're cruising like straight, I always keep a little bit of more pressure on my toe or my heel and just ever so slightly keep my weight on one of the edges to prevent the board from catching. So especially if you're learning on a Burton custom camber, keeping one of those edges weighted, I think it's kind of, if you're going to be going straight for a long time and you want to keep the board kind of flat base, It's kind of good to switch back and forth from the toe and the heel so you don't get any kind of foot or calf cramps or anything like that. So yeah, I'll usually keep my toes weighted for a little while and then kind of gently switch to my heels, and that's kind of how you do it, man. So you really don't want to be flat too much because it just kind of opens you up to catching an edge. So I hope that helps you out, man. I think if you kind of are thinking about that next time you're out there, it'll kind of make more sense, and you'll figure it out. And another super chat here from Renata Ferreira. Thanks for the super chat, Renata. Appreciate it. Hey TJ, any thoughts on the Moss snow sticks and or the Gentem stick boards? Thinking about investing in one of those for next season. Thanks. So unfortunately, I've never seen any of the Moss snow sticks in person. I know a little bit about them. I've seen a few of the Gentem sticks, and I actually saw a few out on snow in Japan, but I've seen them in person. I've flexed them out and really checked them out closely. Definitely very, very high quality snowboards. I haven't ridden one. I don't know if I could justify that $1,000 price tag on the Gentem stick, but it definitely is a beautiful, just high quality, very well crafted snowboard. We actually have one in the shop right now. I was just looking at it yesterday, and it's got wooden sidewalls. It has a very energetic feeling flex to it, so it's not crazy stiff. I would say, at least the one we have in the store, I can't remember the exact model it is. But it just, you're able to flex it pretty good. It's like maybe stiffer side, a medium feeling flex, but it holds a ton of energy. It's like really, really snappy. It's definitely not a board I would be riding every day. It'd be more like something like on a really sick pow day, you know, I would whip it out, or like on a day where all I wanted to do was like carve groomers. I'd pull that board out, and I'm sure it would be phenomenal. So I would say that's a board, you know, maybe I would ride like 5 to 10 days a season, probably tops. But those 5 to 10 days are going to be really, really rad. So that's kind of how I would look at it. Definitely both really high quality snowboards, great brands. I wish that I had more personal experience with them and on them to kind of share with you, but that's the best I got. So if you're feeling like it, you know, go for it. I think that I don't think you would regret it, you know, so I'll say that. Thanks, Renata. And we got Martin Walgren on the live stream today. What's up, man? Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. No question, just saying hello. All right, guys, I'm just scrolling back up here. Thank you guys all for your questions today. I appreciate all you being here. It's awesome that it's pretty much summertime now. Like, there's a little snow in the mountains behind me. You know, we got A Basin open, but I know most of you guys, the season's done, so I'm just hyped you guys are still out here hanging out every Monday. Awesome, guys. Just kind of going through the little conversation we got in the comments here right now. All right, seeing some kind of similar questions to stuff I've already answered. Jonas X asking, what's real camber? So basically, like a camber dominant board is going to be a board that has kind of this kind of shape. That's very exaggerated, obviously, but from contact point to contact point. So basically from the widest point in the snowboard that you can see on the nose and the tail, it has that general shape to it, going for the entire effective length of the snowboard. So that would be full camber, real camber. Blake Mooley, what's up, man? Thanks for hopping on here. Simon Saucy, what's up, dude? For real, saying digging the view today on the live stream, and switched over to some union bindings because of all the info we put out there. Sick, man. I'm glad you're stoked on them. Glad they're working for you. Spiky HD asking about the Burton step-on bindings. Definitely check out the videos we have on the channel. I would say, you know, if you really want that convenience, go for it. but personally, I'm not ready to switch over to that, the step-on yet. I just, they feel a little bit different, and yeah, I think I would wait a season or two before I would invest in them. I definitely want to continue to try them out as they continue to change that progression in the binding and see if it gets any better. Not that it's bad now, it's just, yeah, it's not for me yet. Rob Gams asking, where are Kevin and I from? So Kevin is from Canada, I believe from Ontario, and I grew up in North Carolina, so on the east coast of the US. Learned how to snowboard out there, and been in Colorado about 4 years now. Stepsel asking about the Union Flight Pros. Touched on that a little bit earlier. It is my go-to budget binding if you're looking to save money on bindings. Definitely a solid entry-level binding. You know, compared to the other brands' entry-level bindings, I think the Flight Pro is kind of dominating that category there. Oh, what's up? I see we got Avern in the house. What's up, Avern? I don't know if you're still on here, man, but hope you're having a good day, dude. See your neck of the woods over there somewhere. Yeah, I don't know, man. Soon this week. Let's make a time. I know it's totally my fault, but we'll make it happen, dude. I want to hang out. Oh man. So many comments. All right, guys, I feel like I've answered pretty much all these questions here already. Let's see if I can find some new stuff. Simon Saucy asking if we still have snow. Yeah, I mean, the mountains behind me are definitely snow-capped. I believe that's Breck, kind of right there behind me. But yeah, Arapahoe Basin's still open. I think they're the last man standing, so they're still open for a couple more weeks. Paul Kim asking, what is my home mountain in North Carolina? It was Appalachian Ski Mountain. If any of you guys are from the East Coast and familiar with those mountains, that was pretty much my stomping grounds. I actually originally started snowboarding at Cataloochee. It was closer to where I grew up, but then it was App Ski Mountain. And I liked Beach and Sugar as well. Beach didn't have that rope toe when I was there though. Otherwise they might have been the go-to, but App is a lot of fun. Charles Lewis saying, yo TJ, what's good, bro? Just got my girl the Distortia. How's the 3BT going to perform on our East Coast hard pack conditions? Local shop told me I made a mistake. I think it's going to perform exactly the same as any other board that doesn't offer additional contact points. So if she was on a Capita or you know, another board that just kind of has that traditional side cut, basically not like an Arbor or a GNU or a Libtech, it's going to perform the same as any of those boards. So I think as long as you keep the edges tuned up, you're going to be just fine, man. I really would not sweat it. Hostile takeover. I don't know about all that. Avern, are you able to snowboard yet? How's that knee healing up? All right, what is the most comparable Burton binding to the Union Force? The Malavita, Cartel, or Mission? For the Force, let's see. I would say either the Cartel or the Malavita. The Malavita is probably more like the Atlas, and the Cartel is probably more like the Force. Either of those are going to do really well for you, though. Captain Caluntium asking thoughts on Capita's new lineup. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Capita sent out some boards I've been riding recently. They've got a lot of really good stuff coming out for the 18-19 season, really liking the new graphics. A lot of the boards are pretty similar to the way they were last year. Obviously, new graphics, but I think Capita does a really good job at kind of varying the camber profiles and throwing in a little bit of a different technology inside the layup of the snowboard as well to kind of give you a little bit of a different performance. But the cool thing about their whole lineup is that it's not like a super drastic change between boards. You can really find the board that's going to be what you feel is suited for your riding. So, you know, like taking the camber profile and having it between the inserts, and then having another board that's very similar flexing, and that camber profile goes a little bit outside the inserts. It changes the feel of the board, but not in a huge way. So I think, yeah, a lot of good stuff coming. Hope you guys have been enjoying those Capita reviews, and there'll be more to come for sure. All right, I think I saw another couple super chats come in here. We got a super chat from Wilburley. Thanks, man. Found a trampoline center near my house. Thinking of hitting them up for some off-season training. Any specific workout you'd recommend? Thanks. Yeah, I think if you're going to be at a tramp center, I would just be working on the kind of focusing on aerial awareness and the tricks that you want to learn next season. So like for me, I'd be doing a lot of backflips, a lot of tame dogs, maybe even focus on kind of initiating rotations and initiating spin, all that type of stuff. But I think I'd mainly be focused on just doing weird inverts, maybe inverts with spins, and just really trying to get as much air awareness as I can over the summer, so that next winter you just feel more comfortable in the air. And then CJ explored best hidden lake hike under 4 hours near Summit, Colorado. Probably Hanging Lake. I would definitely check out Hanging Lake if you haven't yet. There's definitely a good amount of hikes around here that lead you to some nice alpine lakes. But I think Hanging Lake is really cool and worth checking out. Go there early though if you're going to hit Hanging Lake. Try to get there. It's really popular, so the earlier you get there, the less crowded it's going to be. Snow/wakeboard. Are you snowboarding at Whistler? No, probably not this summer. I don't think I'm going to make my way up there. It looks like a ton of fun. I've been watching all the videos Kevin's been putting out, but yeah, I don't think I'll be up there again until next winter, unfortunately. Can you talk about your opinion on the Union Contact Pro? I have a pair of discounted 18 models. Thinking about dropping on my Ultra Fear for park days. Basically, you're going to get the same performance as the Contact. So check out that latest video, Union comparison video on the channel if you want more info. They're just going to be lighter weight, so you'll be able to whip them around a little bit better. So I hope that that helps out. They're definitely a solid binding. There's a trail nearby, so if you hear like that dog yapping or people talking, I apologize, guys. I know you guys were hearing those chipmunks earlier. Gianna Allegretti, do you use crab grabs? You know, I ride so many boards, I definitely don't have them on every snowboard that I ride, but I definitely do use them. I think they're a great product. They definitely come in handy. Great for stomp pad purposes, but they also actually help for grab. So if you have like 1 or 2 grabs that you do all the time, you can throw a crab grab on that spot on the board, and it helps you just get a little bit of a tighter grip on the board and yank that grab a little bit better. But yeah, so I have some on my War Pig, and then I had some on my Evil Twin, and then I broke it, and I never put any on the new one. So I'll have them on my boards again next year. Bo, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Asking if we are split boarding tomorrow. I actually was going to text you before the live stream, dude. Yeah, hopefully you guys saw some of those Japan videos. We got Bo on the stream right now. But yeah, dude, I'm down. If we go, I'm trying to get out super early, and I think I want to hit the basin in the afternoon as well. I'm trying to ride the basin every day this week. But yeah, I'll call you tonight, man. But thanks for hopping on, dude. You're at the office? Steve Zimmerman, what's up, man? Tancred DeMauro, have you thought about coming to Italy? Definitely. When we were in Europe, we really, really wanted to get out there. Hopefully we'll get out there next season. I'm not totally sure what that trip is looking like yet, but I definitely have thought about it and would like to come out. So hopefully this coming season, that's something that happens for real. Blake Mooley, do we have good snow? No, the snow is absolutely terrible right now. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's super slushy, soft mashed potatoes. You know, very early in the morning, it might be a little bit firm, but, you know, by like 10 a.m., it's just soft and slushy. You're digging trenches on your carves. You know, you're sliding out because of the slush and all that type of good stuff. So personally, I think it's a lot of fun. But it can be a little sketchy as well. It's very different from that midwinter style snowboarding, but it's really fun for park riding because the snow's so soft. If you fall, it doesn't hurt as bad. You can put a stomp pad on the Burton channel. You just have to put it in front of the channel, or you could even, if you got crab grabs, you could put one on like either side of the channel and that would work as well. But I don't think the channel is really going to be a big deal for you. Jarrett Hyder, do you think the Malavitas are too soft for the Danny Davis Freethinker? I'm a hard charging freestyle / carving rider. No, I don't. I think the Malavitas are actually a fairly rigid binding to be thrown on the Freethinker because it's not a super stiff board. So I think those would actually pair really, really well with it. I'd go for it. Fat Man Scoot. Are you guys coming back to Mammoth next season? Missed you guys this past trip. Hope to connect next time around. Yeah, I think we definitely are going to try to come back to Cali next season. Definitely want to hit up Mammoth again. I really want to ride Bear. I'd like to go back to Tahoe and just hit up all those places. So definitely hoping that, that's going to go down next year, but we haven't started planning it out yet. So we'll see. Martin Waldron, is there going to be a Patreon chat after? Thanks for the question. I meant to bring this up at the very beginning of the live stream. So I'm actually switching it up today. Normally every Monday we do the live stream here on YouTube and then hop onto Patreon. If you guys want to check it out, that'd be awesome. It's patreon.com/board archive. Kevin has one as well. His is patreon.com/snowboard pro camp. But yeah, normally right after this live stream, we hop onto the Patreon. I'm going to switch it up this week just because we do have such an international community. I just feel like switching it up. So I'm going to do Patreon tomorrow morning. I'm thinking right now it's going to be 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time tomorrow morning. So I'm going to do a post in the Patreon. I'll make it public so that even if you're not already a part of it, you can still see. But I'm going to be doing the Patreon live stream at some point tomorrow. So I'll keep you guys posted. If you want to check that out, just go check out the website. After this stream's over, I'll drop a link in the description as well. And then we got another super chat here from Mauro Gorno. Any thoughts about the Volcom TD2 Gore-Tex jacket? I'm not familiar with that particular one, man. I just have the Volcom Stone Gore-Tex, the one with the 4 pockets on the front. I love it. I think it fits really, really well. That's one of my favorite things about Volcom gears. They just have a really solid fit to them. But I don't know that one in particular. So I would imagine that it's probably awesome if you like the aesthetic to it. I'm sure it's a very functional jacket. I've been really, really happy with my Gore-Tex Volcom jacket. It's been functioning really well. I've even taken it out in like straight up rain and it's kept me dry. So definitely recommend the Volcom Gore-Tex jackets. Any tips for fixing a small tear in a Gore-Tex jacket? Hit up Gore-Tex directly and they should be able to send you out. I would hit up Gore-Tex and the manufacturer that made the jacket. They should be able to send you out a little patch of fabric that matches the jacket that you can like iron on. So yeah, it shouldn't be a big deal if it's a small tear. Shout out to Daniel Liston. Appreciate it. You hopping on the live stream, dude. Malcolm Powder, is the T-Rice Pro too much board for someone with only 3 weeks riding but doing pretty well? Ooh, I don't want to discourage you, but I think it might be a bit aggressive. If you've been doing really well, you know, like I would say if you feel like you've hit that intermediate kind of level and you're riding at speed, you're hitting blues, you're linking your turns, you feel like you can stop completely in control and you're comfortable, like don't kid yourself, you know, it's because you're the one that loses if you kid yourself. But if you're there, I would say you could go for it. But it is pretty aggressive. It's pretty stiff, and it has that 7-point magnet traction, which is pretty aggressive as well. So, what's your recommendation for low light goggles? I think personally my favorite lens is the Oakley Prism, so I would go for the high pink Oakley Prism lens. My personal favorite pair right now is the Oakley Flight Deck. I also really like the Dragon NFX though, and the X2. But yeah, right now the Flight Deck and that Prism High Pink is what I'd recommend. Are you gonna do a review on the Mercury 1819? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. There's a chance maybe I will next winter, but not this spring. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you all. Or actually, I'm gonna check and make sure I didn't miss any super chats here. Awesome. Sweet, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll post in Patreon and let you know when that Patreon live stream is going to be going down. Next time I see you, I'll be with Kevin out in Oregon. So super excited to just stay busy this week, get some videos out for you guys, and then shred with Kevin and the InMotion SLB boys. So if you guys want to keep up with the behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram. I'm at Board Archive. Kevin's at Snowboard Pro Camp. Check us out on Patreon as well. And we will see you guys, or I'll see you guys again on Monday. Kevin's going to be going live again on Friday. So make sure you come back on Friday and ask Kevin any questions that you have for him. And yeah, thanks again, guys. You guys are awesome. Thanks for everyone that hopped on. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great week, guys.